Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. A week has already passed. I told you I'd be back, and well, here I am. If you're new here, my name is Julian James. Here I try and share the gospel with the world. I just try and do what God has asked me to do. Spread his light, spread his love, spread his truth first and foremost, and to expose the lies of the enemy, to expose the darkness, and also to just help you grow closer in your walk with God, to learn about him, and to come to know who he is ultimately. So if you're new, I thank you for tuning in. This is a very special video, especially if you're a woman. But for everybody, I think this is something everybody needs to know, to understand God's complexity, to understand God's knowledge, to understand how God works, and how we will never be able to fully understand his doings and his mindset and his understanding. Without further ado, let's just get into it. So if you follow me on TikTok, you may have seen I did a video talking about how women are guardians. Women, you are guardians. And if you didn't see that, buckle up, because when God was revealing this to me, I literally got chills. So I got my notes because I don't want to miss nothing on this one. Okay, so women, you are guardians. If you read your Bible, you will notice that God calls children seeds. A lot of times you'll hear about the seed of Abraham, the seed of Isaac, the seed of Adam, right? It'll talk about God calling these children seeds. So, men plant seeds in what? Soil, which is the earth. And Adam was created from the earth. He was made from soil. Eve came from Adam's rib. And why did she come from the rib? Because in order to have a garden, you need soil, which was Adam. God took soil because he was making a garden with Eve. But in order to have a garden, you have to have seeds. Men plant seeds in the woman, which is the garden. Women will grow the seed, aka the child, so that she may then bear fruit. The woman is the vessel for the seed to grow. But in order for a seed to grow, what does it need? A seed needs water and light. Now, who is Jesus referred to as in the Word? He is referred to as the living water and the light of the world. Okay, hold up. We're going to keep on going. You see, I know a lot of women complain about having their periods, having their menstruation cycles, but listen to this. This is going to change your perspective. The reason for menstruation cycles, which is the shedding of blood, is because it is used for atonement and purification. So in Old Testament, in order for the temple to be acceptable, if anything was to be brought to the temple, to be used in the temple, it had to be sprinkled with blood in order for it to be purified and made clean and holy before the Lord. And also anyone who sinned had to be atoned through the shedding of blood in order to wash those sins and that unholiness off of them. So during your period, God is literally cleansing and atoning you during your cycle because he is preparing your temple, because the body, we're told that our body is a temple. He's preparing your temple for him so that he can come and dwell inside your womb. Because in Psalms 139:13, it says that you made all of the delicate inner parts of my body. You knit me together in my mother's womb. God is literally inside you, women, inside your womb, creating and taking care of your seed, who is the child. You see, women can just grow the seed. They can harbor the seed, they can encompass the seed, but it takes God to go in and to create and to do his handiwork and to create his masterpieces. And this is why, I don't know if you guys have seen that video where they show the sperm and the egg at conception, and as soon as conception is made, there's a burst of light. That's Jesus Christ in your womb creating this life, because he is the light and he is inside of you. And it's why, if you guys seen that picture of that woman who had a ultrasound, and she said she used to pray over her stomach that God would keep his hands on her baby while he's in the stomach. She would always pray, God, keep your hands on my baby. And when she went and had the ultrasound, there were literal 2 hands on the baby's face. You could see that God's hands were inside. God is literally inside you, women, tending to your seed. And so even though man was physically kicked out of the Garden of Eden, women Woman, the garden is in you. And you want to also know why Eve was taken out from Adam via his rib? Because beauty comes from within. And this is why women are beautiful creatures. This is why it doesn't matter who you are. People will look at a beautiful woman and they will admire her because of her beauty, right? This is why women are more dainty, more precious, more feminine, and have that delicate look, because beauty comes from within, which they came out of Adam. And women, this is also why you are held to a higher standard a lot of the times, most of the time, compared to men, because let's just face it, nobody cares what the seed looks like. Nobody cares what... Sorry, when I tell you the opposition in making these videos to YouTube, the opposition is literally insane. Anyways, let's get back. So nobody, let's be honest, nobody cares what the seed looks like when it's going into the soil. But everybody cares the quality of that soil, because they want to know, is the soil contaminated? Is the soil rotten? Is the soil not good? Is the soil spoiled? How is the quality of the soil? People want to know that. And people want the best soil, because when you have good soil, you have good crop. When you have good crop, you have good fruit. When you have good soil, you have a bountiful, beautiful garden. And so women, you are that garden, and so you're going to be held to a higher standard. When you cultivate and tend to yourself and you make sure that your soil is great, you will see a difference in the way that you are treated, which you see is evident in society today. And men, this next part is for you. Women, you can listen up to and remind him. This is why God told Adam to tend to the garden. He wasn't just referring to Eden, he was referring to Eve as well. And he was giving an example for all men to tend to their gardens, aka tend to their women. So men, do not destroy your gardens. Do not belittle your gardens. Don't neglect your gardens. Don't overlook your gardens. Don't forget to cultivate your garden. Speak life into your garden, because do you know, when you talk to plants, when you speak to them positively, when you talk to them with love, when you feed life into them, they will bloom and they will grow so large, and they will produce bountiful crop, bountiful fruit, bountiful flowers. They will grow so much from that positivity, from that love. But if you talk negatively to a plant, if you degrade it, downgrade it, tell it it's ugly, tell it it's this, tell it this, whatever negativity, that plant will literally start to wither and die. The plant will not be able to thrive in that type of environment. And this is why your words are so powerful. This is why your affirmations, especially to a woman, mean so much, because you are helping her bloom. You are helping her to grow. You are helping her to create an inhabitable environment for your seed, for your fruit that will develop inside, which is the child. God is just too good. And we ain't done, because people were asking on my video on TikTok, well, what about menopause? What does that mean? It means your garden is complete. It means you're a complete garden now. And people were asking, well, what about women who can't have children? One, who told you you can't have children? Was it man? Was it a doctor? Don't ever let man limit God. Don't ever let man tell you what God can't do. God can do miracles. If God wants you to be pregnant and to have a child and to bear fruit, he will make it happen. Sarah waited till she was 90 years old to have her first child. If God has placed that dream and desire in your heart, and you believe so strongly and firmly that you are to be a mother, go to God and pray to him about it. Petition him, plead your case, remind him of his promises, pray to him and ask him, and then let it go. Don't dwell on it. Don't be so flustered, so frustrated, because when you are tillaging your garden too much, when you are overworking the garden, you can cause distress, you can cause plants to die, you can cause the garden to be overwhelmed. Go to God and let it go, relax, and be at peace. and let God do what God does. And if you are somebody who can't get pregnant because you had a hysterectomy or you had some type of body modification or something that just, you can't have children now, know that you are also a complete garden. If you were meant to bear children, God would have gave you children. Either way, you're a complete garden. Some gardens are just flowers. Some gardens have orchards and have fruit trees bearing children. The children are the fruit. Hope you're catching. Okay. But either way, if you're just a flower garden or you're a fruit-filled garden, both gardens are complete. Both are beautiful in their own ways. So don't let anybody tell you that you're less than or that you're insignificant because you didn't have children or you couldn't have children. You were already a complete garden, and that is okay. And for those who have had miscarriages or who have had a miscarriage, I firmly believe and will stand by this. Miscarriages are God's protection for you and that baby, if it had been born, which it wasn't, but for you to get away from your partner. I truly believe God he causes people to have miscarriages to give you a second chance, especially when you're not married, especially when even when you're married and that person isn't right and isn't doing right by you, you might not see it. God sees it and he knows. And I firmly believe that miscarriages are God's protection. I know it hurts losing a baby. I know it's hard, but know that God is taking care of that baby. That baby's fine. And if that baby had been born, you would have seen this relationship wasn't healthy. It wasn't good. And now you're suffering. Now that baby's suffering, and it's just chaotic. And this is why people who have miscarriages and then they stay with that partner and then they have a baby, why a lot of times those relationships become toxic and they see, oh, I shouldn't have had a baby. Now the baby's making it a lot harder. Now I can't leave. And now you're tied and you're stuck with that person for the rest of your life. It's not just 18. That will always be the parent's parent. That will always be your child's parent. Regardless, you're going to see them. If they come around, you're going to be intermixed some way, somehow. And so I truly firmly believe miscarriages are God's protection. And on that note, that ends this video. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I had to literally remake this video. This is my third time now. But nonetheless, we finished. We did it. We did it. Oh, Missimo, hey, we did it. Hey, okay. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope your mind was blown and you got chills the same way I got chills when this was all being revealed and downloaded to me as well. Send this to your girlfriends. Women, send this to your girlfriends. Send this to your friends. Send this to your men. Send this to your husband. Send this to everybody, because everyone should know women are gardens. And men are the tenders, men are the soil, but men are also the gardeners, like helping to tend and cultivate. And God is in the womb, and like it's all meshing, and we're all working together. Make sure that you subscribe. You don't want to miss any videos that I'm making. I'm here every week. Make sure you hit the little notification bell, because I'm not posting like on Wednesdays or Fridays. You know, I'm posting just once a week, maybe twice a week if you're lucky. So make sure you hit the bell to make sure that you're notified when I do post. Because if you've been here since last year when I was posting, clearly you'd have missed a lot. So if you had that bell on, then you know that I started posting again, but I'm back for good. So with that said, thank you all for subscribing and tuning in. I'll put the link to my other socials at the bottom of this video. If you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, it's just Julian James, 2 S's _. I'll put the links if you want, or you can just look me up. Either way, I thank you all. I love you, and may God bless you.